by rolling the shoulders. So deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Getting as much movement through that shoulder as we can. Here we go. And change direction off the way. Big circle. Two, one, drop the head, big circle all the way around. When you get to the front, change direction, bring it back. More each direction. Okay, hands on the hips, feet shoulder apart. We're going to go around and bring it back. Big circles. Again, trying to move through the hips as much as possible as we do this. Loosen out the lower back, loosen out the hips. I'm going to go one more each direction. Then from there, we're going to bring knees together, bend the knees slightly, keeping our back straight, circle, and bring it all the way back around off the stretch. All right, all the way back. We're going to go one more each direction. When we get that done, we're going to stand out onto the toe. Big circle again, all the way around and all the way back. Loosen out the ankle joint. One more each direction. And to the opposite side. And one more each direction. Okay, we're going to bring our arms up to shoulder height and we're going to do little circles with the arms. Keeping just that shoulder height there and just going small little circles. Trying to focus on moving through the shoulder as we do this. Now we're going to change direction. And we're going to go up and down. So just small movements up and down. And we're going to hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go, shake it out. We're going to bring one arm across the body. So you can hook in either side of your elbow. Just make sure we're not on the elbow. Just going to pull in towards yourself. Breathing the whole time as well. If you find it starting to loosen out, you can see by pulling it a little bit closer. And let it go, shake it out, off the side, pull in. Again, if you can, bring it a little closer. And let it go. Okay, we're going to bring our hands out in front of us. So we're going to roll our shoulders back and down for a slight bend of the elbows. We're going to pull our elbows back, squeeze our shoulder blades together, and push forward. So pull back, push forward. The rest of our body shouldn't move if you're just pulling our shoulder blades together as much as they can and pushing forward. Exhale as we bring them together. Inhale as we let them out. Four, three, two, one. Okay, we're going to bring our hands up overhead this time. If you need to, you can continue doing at this height. So hands over the head, and this time we're going to pull our shoulder blades down and push them back up, down and back up. Okay, we're going to make that movement just through the shoulder blades as much as possible. Working as muscles in the shoulder blades. We're not bending our arms as we move. So just up and down, up and down. Breathe through each one. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to bring one arm behind the back, and then with the other arm, you're going to bring it up and pop it on the side, the opposite side of the head, and we're just going to pull your head towards the first area of bind. So the first time you feel a little stretch, pulling that head towards the ear, and we're just going to hold it there for a second. If you can't get your hand up as well, you can just do it with your head slowly. We're going to pull slightly to that side and hold for 10. Now we're going to push against it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Inhale, exhale. See if you can bring your head a little bit closer to that shoulder. Again, just to where it's comfortable, we're going to hold it there. Okay, we're going to push against again for 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to inhale and exhale. Bring it to that next area of bind again. We don't want to force it. Just nice stretching down through the top of our shoulder. Maybe into the neck a bit. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Opposite side now. Opposite hand's going to go back. And bring that head over. Hand comes on. Just bring to that first area of bind. And we're just going to hold it there. Okay, we're going to push against it. 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale, exhale, pull a little further. Going to push against it again for 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. See if you can pull a little further. Three, 2, 1. Last time. Push against it. We're going to inhale, exhale. See if you can come a little bit further. Don't worry if you can't. If you've gone as far as you can, that's all right. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Last one here. We're going to just go bring our hands into called eagle arms in yoga. So if you can wrap around as much as you can here around your hand, if you can hold your hands, great. If you can't, don't worry. You can put your hands on your shoulders. And what we're going to do is you're just going to just lift up as high as you can, just holding it there. Again, we're stretching across the top of our shoulders, our trapezius muscle. We're getting the back of this a little bit here as well. If you can, inhale, exhale, lift a little higher. If you can't go any further, just stay where you are. Again, if you're using the whole of the shoulders, each side, just lift up as much as you can. So. And let it go. Swap it over to the opposite side. Off hand goes around. Again, you can hold like this and then just lift up as much as you can with your elbows. I'm just going to push up. And inhale, exhale, lift up if you can, higher, and if not, just stay where you are. 3, 2, 1, there we go, shake it out. Yeah, we're going to bring it down to the mat now. We're going to go onto our side with our legs extended and stacked on top of each other. So legs out straight, I'm going to lean, rest our head on the bottom hand. And what we're going to do is going to lift up our top leg. I'm going to make sure your core is nice and tight here. We're nice and balanced. I'm going to draw a little circle with our heel. If we're finding that a bit too difficult, you can just go up and down. We're going to try and draw a little circle with the heel, keeping that core really tight so you're not rocking back and forth. So if you're making a big circle but you're going back and forth like this, make the circle smaller so you can stay in that position. And breathing the whole time as well. I'm going to change direction. Again, moving through that hip, keeping that nice and tight. Core nice and tight so we're not rocking back and forth. Three, 2, 1. We're going to hold it there where it is for 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to bring it down, bend the knee, bring it across the bottom leg. So your knee is now rested on the mat. And we're going to exhale, lift the inside foot up, pushing the inside of the foot towards the ceiling, up and back down. Exhale, lift up, inhale, lower. Four, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to flip over onto the opposite side. So again, straight line through our body, legs are out straight. We're leaning on that bottom arm. And then keep that core nice tight. And then we're going to draw that little circle with the heel again. So again, we want to make sure we are not rocking back and forth here. Nice, slow, controlled circles. Now we're going to change direction opposite way. Again, we want to make sure we're not rocking back and forth. Just keep this really controlled. Three, 2, 1. We're going to hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it across the bottom leg and knees to the mat, and then we're going to exhale, lift up with the bottom foot, pushing the inside of that foot towards the ceiling, slowly lowering. Exhale up, inhale, lower. Four, 3, 2, and last up, and back down. Okay, we're going to flip over onto our back here. So back flat into the mat. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to put one ankle on top of the opposite knee. And we're going to lift up and put our hands in between our legs and pull in towards ourselves. We're just pulling that in towards it, nice and lightly. Stretching out those glute muscles. From there, I'm going to rock back and forth a little bit, move through the stretch. If you find a point on the rock that you get the stretch better, you can hold it there. You can keep rocking and just moving through it, nice and gently. Three, 2, and 1. I'm going to bring it down and swap to the opposite side. So stack that other ankle onto that knee, and again we're going to lift up. Again, with these you might find one side is tighter than the other. That's completely normal. This side is really tight for me. And we're going to get in that stretch and we're going to rock back and forth again, just nice and lightly, letting that muscle stretch out. Three, 2, and 1. I'm going to pop those feet down. We're going to sit up now. So extending those legs out. All we're going to do is going to bring one leg in. You're going to bring it across. So the ankle is outside the opposite knee. Now we're going to give you two options. We're going to sit up straight. You can either hug and twist, or if you can get your elbow to your outside your knee, whichever is more comfortable for you. You're going to inhale and then exhale, twist just as much as you can, and looking over that opposite shoulder. Good as well. If you can go a little bit further, so if you inhale, exhale, go a little bit further. And inhale, exhale, bring it back around. Swap to the opposite side. So again, we're bringing that ankle outside the opposite knee. If you can hug, or if you can reach it, get that elbow outside. And we're just going to push around just as much as is comfortable for you. Stretching out that back. Inhale, exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. If you can't, don't worry, just stay where you are. Three, 2, 1, bring it back around. From there, we're going to keep those Feet extended, toes pointing up, and we're going to take an inhale and exhale. Just fold forward just as far as you can. So you're going to feel a bit of stretch in the hamstrings here. We're also going to stretch out our back. So let your head go heavy and just let yourself drop. We're not aiming to reach our toes. We want our hands by our side. Try and get the elbows towards the mat. Remember, just let the head fall. Imagine all the vertebrae are individually stretching out across that spine. Yeah, every time you exhale, see if you can fall a little bit further. If you can't, don't worry. And inhale, exhale, come back up. We are going to flip over into our box position. So this is onto the hands and knees. We're going to make sure there's a direct line from our hip to our knee and from our shoulder to our wrist. I'm going to start off with doing a few Supermans, or bird dogs they're also called. So I want to make sure it's nice, neutral spine. We're going to lift one hand out and one leg out at the same time without rotation. We're going to bring it back in and out again. We're going to hold it for 2 seconds. If you need to this as well, you can just do the leg. That is okay too. The focus here is we don't want to rotate. So if you're doing 2 and you're going all the way like this, you're better off doing 1, staying stable, and then proving. We're engaging our core here. Keep her stable. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And swap to the opposite side. Again. Keep your core nice and stable. And hold. Bring it back. You might find one side is more balanced than the other. It's okay. Breathing through each one. Four, 3, 2, and one last one. And back in. We're going to bring one end to our temple. We're going to come up, just twist as much as we can, and back in. Swallow it, back in. Opening the chest, open our thoracic spine. Up as high as you can, and back. Four, 3, 2, 1. And swap to the opposite side. Around as much as we can, and back. And just get as much rotation as you can here. Get that elbow as high as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, we're going to take that first hand and we're going to bring it all the way through as far as you can, and then we're just going to lean down onto that. So you can sit back, you can reach your hand, the opposite hand forward if you want, or you can keep it where it is. We're just going to sit back, stretch out that back of that shoulder. Now we're going to bring it up, all the way back to our box position. Reach the next one forward, and just sit back onto that as well. Again, with these, you might find one is tighter than the other. More of a stretch on one side, that's alright, that's completely normal. And back up. You want to sit back onto the heels into a child's pose, just pull those hands forward as far as you can. You can grip the mat and pull them more, or you can just let your hands just stretch out. It's up to yourself. Gonna walk our hands out one side. At center. I'm going to go to the opposite side. And back to center. Come back up into that box position. We are going to bring one leg out. So nice and straight, and we're going to push that heel up towards the ceiling. Keeping a core really tight here. Pushing that heel up as much as you can. Squeezing that glute to lift it. So you're feeling that in the glutes activating. Four, three, two, one. We're going to hold it there, and you're going to pull your heel in as close to your bum as you can and push it back out. So, all in and back out. We're using that hamstring to pull it in towards itself and bring it back out again. Four, three, two, and one. And we're going to hold that there in that position, squeezing that glute for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back there. Okay, so let's stretch out to the opposite side now. Again, try and get as that balance as possible, and we're going to push that heel towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Squeeze up and back down. Four, three, two, one. And I'm going to pull that in again. Heel in towards the bum, come back out. Now heel in as much as you can, and back out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to hold that out again there. Squeeze my glute to keep you up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Right, got a second there. You can shake them out if you can. Little bounce about. And then from there, we're going to step that heel back. So step that toe back, sorry, and we're going to push the heel towards the floor. So pushing the right back, try and get that heel as close as far as you can. Stretching out that calf muscles to the back of the lower leg. Calf muscles, I must say, just two of them. I'm going to bring it back. Swap to the opposite side, step it back. Pushing that heel as close to the floor as you can. Three, 2, 1, bring it back. We're going to come up onto the knees. And bring one leg forward, one leg back. Squeeze that glute from behind. We're going to push ourselves into stretch just as far as we can. We're going to step back off and push back. We're pushing that knee as far as we can. Get it over toe, great. If you can't, don't worry. We're just going to focus on opening up that hip. Keeping that front foot stable. Upper body should be tall as well. Trying to keep ourselves stable as we do this. Back off. Hopefully every time you do this, your hip will open up a little bit more. If it doesn't, don't worry. Just get as much as you can. Engage in that glute the whole time to drive yourself forward. So make sure you're squeezing that glute to come forward. We're not leaning forward into it or controlling it as we do this. Breathing through each one. Three, 2, and one last one. And we're going to sit back onto our heel. If you can straighten out your leg just as much as you can, hands to the mat. You keep your foot down to stretch a little easier, but if you want to bring your calf into it, and we'll sit back a little bit, you can point your toe towards the ceiling. We're just going to sit back as much as we can. Three, 2, 1. Move forward. And we're going to bring that leg back and swap to the opposite side. Again, we're up nice and tall, our back glute is engaged. I'm going to squeeze forward, over that foot, and back down. Keeping that foot planted, keeping yourself in control. Just going as far as you can to open up that hip and back. Making sure we're keeping that back glute engaged. Control your forward movement. And back. All the way forward. And all the way back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And from there, we're going to sit back onto the heel. You can keep your foot planted if you need to, or toes the ceiling and just sit back as far as you can. Again, just extending the knees as much as you can. If you can't straighten out your knee, don't worry. The aim is just get that stretch in the back of the leg. Keep breathing as well. If you can sit back further, do. If you can't, don't worry. And bring it forward again. Okay, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to interlock our fingers behind our back. Our shoulder blades back and down. And just lift up as high as we can. Don't worry how high that is, just as high as you can. If you can, inhale, exhale, lift a bit higher. If you can't, don't worry. Just whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to let it go. Interlock our fingers, push them as far apart as possible. Open up the back of the shoulders again. We are going to lift it up, push up towards the ceiling. Or if you can't, just stay where you are. For our next one, I'm going to give you 2 options. So if you have your hands up, you can lean to the side. If you don't, you can actually bring your hand as far as you can and stretch out side that way. So hands ceiling and across to one side. Or if you need to, slide that hand down and lean over. Bring it back to center. And we're going to cross to the opposite side. And lift up. Let it go. And you're done, guys. Well done.